change environment, in case you were getting bored. Okay, so I wanted to say about the plan timeline that I made. So for the plan timeline that I made, I wanted to reflect on that, and I wanted to say that I wasn't able to meet my deadlines. Firstly, the obstacles that I came across was I had an entrepreneurship class at 4, so I couldn't do that. Then I had to do my English essay because I forgot I had that to do too. So then those two things, I took a lot of time, and also my experiment went wrong in the beginning because I didn't boil the cabbage. I just left it in plain water, which I should have thought that won't do anything. So yeah, those were the 3 things which came my way. Then what happened, so I think what I can do next time is, of course, start when my assignment is given, so that way I am not left on the last stage, having so many things to do, and then in the end, if I do it wrong, then that's okay because it's science, and then I can just try it again. So yeah, and also if I did start it when it was given, then I could have even tested out more acids, and I could have even tried to see which bases are strongest, so I could have used soap as well, which I didn't use. So yeah. Okay, so another change of scenery. We like to keep it new around here. Okay, so the first thing that I would like to say is that I think that this experiment was really fun, as all the experiments are that Ms. Harvey gives us. Not only this, but I felt like after reading that article and talking to the text, I had a better understanding of the pH scale and acids and bases in general. So when I actually got this experiment, it was really cool because I could actually understand what's going on, and I could visually see what's going on, because some of the other experiments you can see the changes, but this was like a real chemical lab reaction thingy, which was really exciting and made us feel like real scientists. So that was one of the things that I wanted to say. Also, I feel like an experiment actually going wrong for the first time. I have had 2 experiments go wrong before as well, but this one actually went wrong, and I was like trying to find out what my mistake was, so then I went and looked up what different how other people were doing this experiment, and then we looked at a website in which they boiled the cabbage. So that, and then I used that. Yes, the website that you had shared with me, I should probably look at them more, because before I said that I don't really need to look at the websites. I'll just keep in mind what Mr. Arbe has told us in class, because I already know everything. But then when I did it wrong, so I can learn from my mistake, and I can know that, okay, then I should maybe next time go through all the different resources first and do my research clearly, so that in the end I don't have to go through any of the mistakes or the consequences. So that actually brings us to the first ATL skill which I implemented, which is effective skills. So I learned from my mistakes, I learned what I did wrong, I learned that I didn't boil the cabbage, and also that I should manage my time effectively, and that I should take a look at the resources before jumping right into the experiment. So those were the things that I learned, the mistakes, the errors that I learned from, and then I fixed them. There was no collaboration, there was no social skills involved with this. I guess kind of with my mother, because she was helping me film the whole thing. But then other than that, I don't think so. Then interaction. So I feel like this is better, because when I'm making a video like this, I can actually, whatever comes to my mind, I can say that. And I don't know, I just feel like it's a different way where Miss Rabia gets to know exactly, she can see me, and she can know that, okay, I can get what Elia is trying to say, and you can have like a more clearer way. So this is one of my communication skills that I'm representing. It's a different form of communication, I guess. Instead of writing, I'm actually speaking to you. Then research. So I did interact with media to find out that I had to boil the cabbage first and for the recipe. At first, when I wrote the procedure in my in my report, I didn't actually refer to any resource. I was just writing it myself, so that was what led to the errors. Then organization skills. This was something that I didn't really implement that well. I could have managed my time more effectively, as we also talked to you in the PTSM, that I should have started the day before, not the day before, but the day we got our assignment, so that I could make my timeline according to that, and I wouldn't have my time only one day, and then have some, errors or other things that I ran into. Yes. Critical thinking, because I analyzed my issue and I saw, when I actually did it first, I thought that maybe this experiment doesn't work, and I was like, oh, doesn't even work, well, let's try by giving us blah blah blah. But then I thought, no, these other people have done it, so I'm pretty sure that this works. Then I found out that I looked at the thing and I said that, okay, I compared it with other resources, and then I thought that the color of the cabbage juice should have changed, and mine didn't change, which meant that I had a problem with my cabbage juice, and then, so that's kind of how I analyzed and evaluated it. Then comes to my creative thinking. I didn't really generate any new ideas or perspectives. No, not really. I guess about the water one, I did kind of generate a new perspective by asking you what it was, and then kind of by saying that it could be because of the cabbage, the color of the cabbage, the original color, but then also questioning it by saying that but it's supposed to be blue because it's neutral, and that's compared to the other resources, it's not supposed to change to purple. And then my transfer skills, which of course I applied because I was really engaged with, as I mentioned before, I was really engaged with the topic. So I knew all of from the talking to the text, and I knew all the information and the knowledge, and I was applying that acids and bases and the pH scale and the color change and the chemical reactions and the indicators, all of that, so I could actually understand what's going on in this experiment and not only have it like ooh, it's a magic trick, like kind of like that. So that's also what I also wanted to say something else, that I feel like that is why that is the difference between, remember those chote bache who were on those that document as well, and everybody was saying that chote bache are on those document. I feel like our transfer skills, which we apply to this, make a different experiment for us than for the chote bache, because I don't think they've learned about indicators. Well, they might have learned about indicators, but the depth into acids and bases that we're doing, I think the depth and the knowledge that we've got is how it makes it different for us than them. So yes, this was long. Thank you. This was a really interesting experiment, and I can't wait to see what you have in store for us next time.